Everybody.
Hey.
Saturday Night Live, and why are we only 720 feet? That's unacceptable. Oh, no, that's his camera. But welcome to the Saturday Night Live show. Um, I know you can't really see it right now based on what I'm seeing on my screen here. Let me enlarge this. Oh, you know what? Let me bring up chat window just in case somebody decides to join us. Um, you know what? I can't see them. If I do that, so hold on.
Not.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, welcome to the Saturday Night Live Hobby Show. We were talking some hobby and other things. Um, I'm going to just check on my phone if you guys have good volume or not. So bear with me as I go to the tube and look at.
And we talked about whether we were actually hobbying or if we are
Yep.
just hanging out. And we went for the hanging out because, as it turns out, the Alamo is taking up most of the table.
With a what?
Yeah.
So let me see if I can go super high tech and bring you remote
Oh,
cam.
we're going to get fancy now. Look out.
We're going to go sky cam. Yeah, sky cam. So let me go back. I need to join it. Enter the studio.
That's fancy
Right.
and safer than trying to do a drone in here. So we got
A
that going
drone.
on.
Get a
No.
mini drone. I do have a drone, but it's too big for me.
One that like flies on a wire.
Right.
Like a football game.
Right. Let me try and mute the audio on this one. Actually, I need to go in here to add us. I'm going to bring this sound all the way down. Come on. There we go. Bring that. Okay. Now you should hear us or see us. Oh, there's the focus.
I was going to say, and hopefully not the dog barking, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. Let me see if I can find a good here. All right. So right now we have the Alamo.
And it literally takes up most of the table.
Let me see if I can go here.
But it does look really cool.
Right? It does. I'm trying to see if I can. There we go. Better picture. More.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Okay. So there's the Alamo. And when we get done finishing it, there's going to be, I'm going to say, obvious markers in certain spots, like Dawn. We don't have a pointer. I need a laser pointer. I used to have one. But in the far corner of this building right here is where Davy Crockett died.
Okay.
In this building here is where Jim Bowie died.
Okay. So we're going to mark historical significance, relevance.
And Colonel Travis died here. So we are going to go ahead and wow, it's really annoying, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. But that's okay. I can handle it. You can take that for me for a minute. I'm gonna switch off the mobile cam here shortly.
Okay.
And I'm going to just turn them all down.
So what have you all been up to? That's the real question.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring this down just a touch.
Okay. Oh.
There you go. Now you can see some of the Alamo.
Yep. Make a bit more sense as we're talking about stuff.
So I don't know if you can see the cabinet behind us, Dawn. We could do a mobile sweep here. There's a cabinet right here behind us.
With the dirty glass that still hasn't been cleaned,
glass.
but yeah.
However, if you look in that cabinet, let me see if I can remain here. Let me tilt it on its side.
I can't see what I'm looking at. Can't see what. Oh, there we go.
All right. Hold on a minute. I gotta fix the audio. I'm gonna get audio back. We don't want that. Okay. So what you see is some terrain, and you want to talk about that terrain?
I
There's
do.
two significant things about that terrain. I'll take the camera.
Okay. So probably what is most important to me is that like the awesome train platform that you're seeing, as well as the colored blocks, and some of the scatter that we have in there. Those are terrain from Impudent Mortal, from our very good and very missed friend Walt Langen. So I'm super happy to have these back in our custody. Train wheels we need to glue back on things and shift it in transport a little bit, but um, miss him a lot. Love that terrain, and I will retell my funny story that when we when we first met Walt, I actually I had written an article when we were writing with Beast of War, and it was about his terrain and his Kickstarter for this project. And I'm trying to think of what it was called. It was like Industrial Train or something like that. It was called. But as you can tell, and now granted, the train station maybe not as clearly, but some of the other pieces with big factory pieces, very kind of dark and gritty looking, like very Gotham City. Okay, and I loved it. And in one of the pictures from his Kickstarter, there was a Batman miniature, and that wasn't why I was all about it. I really loved it for the train, but because I wrote about it and because one of the pictures had a Batman miniature in it, I earned myself a cease and desist order from Warner Brothers.
You sure
Sent
did.
to be some more. I was horrified. That was when we were very new in writing, and like I don't know, I felt like I was going to go to like literary jail or something. I didn't know what it was, but yeah. So how many people can say they've gotten a cease and desist order from Warner Brothers?
Right.
Who has that on their bingo card? So yeah, but
There's that. So
as evidenced by your Alamo terrain on the table though, and those pieces in the case, like I love MDF terrain, I really do. I
yeah.
think it appeases the puzzler in me that likes
Mhm.
to put things together.
Mhm.
So
So let's talk about MDF terrain for a minute. Let me bring this back up. Okay.
it
And
has its pros and cons. Let's say that.
yeah. So let me bring this one back to the big screen. And I'm gonna switch over to the side here. Okay. Oops. Come on now. Don't lose my talk here. All right. So as you can see, I don't know why we're having such terrible image quality here. Uh, let's see if I can fix that for you. Da, da, da,
Massive pros of MDF terrain, obviously price point, right?
Yep.
You can theoretically, I mean, and it's not that it's going to be inexpensive, right? Depending, you do get what you pay for, and the more detailed something is, or if you step into a layer that has any pre-coloring or anything like that, and it's going to drive your price up. But realistically speaking, MDF terrain is going to get you like a whole table's worth of terrain, like presto,
Yep.
great to work with at a much lower price point than a lot of the other, resin or anything like that you're going to find, out on the market.
Right. Sorry, I
So,
lost the camera. I clicked on the
so
wrong thing. Way to go, me.
amateur hour.
Amateur hour.
Yeah. But other sides of MDF terrain is that it is subject to warping, right? It's going to be very
Yep.
heavily dependent on humidity as well as your approach to painting it or treating it or whatever it is that you're going to do with it.
Yeah,
So,
see the warping there. So it needed to be treated.
mhm,
It was stored away, and obviously humid moisture in the air led to because it's not even that very thick of MDF. I can pull up the one here
yeah.
and show you guys. but you can see it's not thick at all.
And this is
So
who did this one?
this was Sarissa
Sarissa.
Precision. This
Yeah.
was a Kickstarter. This is 28 mil. Um, yeah, let me turn this camera off for a minute. And
Now, to be fair, the nicest part, if when I say nicest part in terms of like warping on it, and again, it isn't the company's fault. This is how it was stored, where it was stored, honestly, and it's mainly the flat pieces, the big base pieces on here. And realistically, you probably could correct it.
yeah,
You
we
can
could
probably
steam it and put weights
put
on it.
weights on it.
But I have a better plan.
Do you know?
I do.
Do tell.
I'm gonna take all the pieces,
Hmm.
throw them away. Not the buildings, the
Right.
bases, all of them. And if unless they're glued on and I can't do anything about it,
I'm sure we can separate them.
without damaging, I don't know. That looks pretty glued on. Or I might even have to steam it.
Yeah.
I probably have to steam it. But my plan was I'm gonna get 2 sheets of thin plywood,
Mhm.
prime it, stun it, glue this onto it, and make it cut in half right here down the middle.
Mhm.
So, and then we can store it that way. I
So
don't
it'll
know,
be in pieces.
two
Like,
pieces.
what do you mean? 2 pieces?
Yeah,
Okay.
this half will be glued on one board. That half
I
will be
gotcha.
glued on another
Okay.
board. So then
Because
you don't
that's
have to fit
because
all
then
the
we get
stuff
into the
together.
storage issue,
I
right?
know.
That's
There's always
the
a
part.
storage issue.
The putting anything down permanently, it always looks better. I mean, without a doubt. But then you get into great. Where are we going to keep this?
Yeah, yeah. If any of the teams out there and they want to join the hobby night, just let me know. I'll send you a link, and we'll shoot you in. But so we put it together. Thanks to Chris for storing it for us.
Mhm.
Thanks to Marty for bringing it down. Still looks great. Like I said, it's my fault for not priming it. It needed to be primed after it was assembled, with
Mhm.
like Kills or a primer, a water
But it
primer.
literally is only these base pieces, though. So
Yeah,
I mean that is not a tragedy
yeah.
at
Those we
all.
can steam them, and put them under some heavy books or weight. I got a whole bunch of dive weights in the garage, so we'll just
Right.
stack, put them under some dive weights and let them dry out, and that should be fine. Other than that, the buildings themselves are in really good shape.
Mhm.
So, and then I was going to do stucco work on them, but because there's so much laser engraved detail, um, can't do that.
Yeah.
You'll lose the detail. I'm not gonna sit here and carve it back in there. So we're just gonna do a wash, like a real thin
Yeah.
clay looking wash, to bring out the details, and then we'll just do sand and
You could. I was gonna say, well, realistically, you probably could like gently flock with
yeah,
the grit
yeah,
at least to give some
yeah.
texture to the buildings, and
Could do that.
then you wouldn't cover up all
Yeah, or you
the
get that
cracks.
really fine grit that
Mhm.
you grout you use for tile work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so thin, you could mix that in and
It's
then
true.
just
And
have
kind of
you have to
avoid
just put
the.
it on very thin.
Yeah.
You can't clump it up. So
So what do you base treat it with though? That's
like
gonna
Kills.
stop it from taking on more moisture or
So
adding more.
the primer that they use in basements called Kills. It's just a primer that's waterproof. Protects things. Like
Hmm.
you paint it. You can use that. You can use anything that's gonna. It just you just gotta be careful that you don't overdo it. So
Yeah.
Kills is what's recommended a lot of times,
Okay.
um, to prime with, because it typically doesn't. Because this stuff still absorbs water, right?
Right.
So you just have to be very careful. A good aerosol would be good. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and airbrush this. I need a big airbrush. But yeah, but this is 20 millimeter scale, believe it or not.
Mhm.
For some reason, I am ahead. It was 15, but it's actually 28 mil. So it's perfect for well fun miniatures.
Right.
So
And I know the tops for the buildings come off, so you can game inside.
yep,
Right.
yep.
Except doors don't open or anything.
Not
I was noticing.
not so there's that. Yeah. Okay. So that's the Alamo. That's that one project. The other project is that's just really annoying, isn't it? It's for whatever reason because I have the camera. You know what? I'm just gonna lock it on. So we don't need it at this point.
Yeah, you only did that for the flyby.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Better.
Better. Um, so we're now going to take a look at that box you got sitting right there. We'll pick this up. So this is Lord of the Rings, the battle in Banlin's tomb in the mines of Moria. So this is the Citadel game, right? Yeah. We haven't opened it yet, so we don't know what it looks like inside. But it is a board game with miniatures.
And realistically, we're a sucker for anything Lord of the Rings.
True.
So.
True. We bought another Lord of the Rings expansion for Journey to Middle Earth, fantasy flight game. So
I do
invite
love
me.
that game.
I don't want to. I'll fine. I'll invite Chris. Stand by. Gotta invite Chris. Bye bye. Bye bye. It's gonna be fun. Stand by. I gotta go into what's its name? Uh,
Hello? 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 Hello?
Can you hear us now?
I can.
Okay. Is the feedback we're hearing from our ears and your
Should be.
computer is also picking up?
Should be. We should be disconnected now. Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I can hear you. Can hear me. I can hear you.
Yep.
It's a miracle.
All right. We'll get rid of these.
Sorry about that.
That's all
You
right.
guys were doing good until I started piping up.
That's all right.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. It's never a perfect broadcast when we're live. Truly.
So, Chris, I don't know if you heard what I was saying, that I think the Lord of the Rings game, what do we say? Is it Battles for Middle Earth? No.
Journeys to Middle Earth.
Journeys to Middle Earth. I think we're going to set up a game for us to play over the interweb.
Oh,
Not tonight,
outstanding.
but we're going to set that up for one of these days, because all we need to do is have a camera down on the board, and we can talk through what else needs to happen. You know, we can push the minis around as we go, but yeah, I think it'd be really fun. So
Yeah.
that will be cool. So what's up with you?
Not much. Not much. Sorry, it warped. My basement did flood.
Oh, it's not your fault. It's called not treating it when we put it away. So, but that's why we thought
you didn't put it away.
What's that?
You didn't put it away.
Well, I mean, we didn't treat it before we left either. So, right?
Well, hey, how about we just blame Marty?
I think that's fair. He's not here, so we voted.
Because he
Marty's
did
fault.
say he was going to paint it if I built it.
Oh, that is true. I
built
true.
it.
He didn't paint it. Marty, way to go.
Yep. I blame Bill, but you know it is his birthday.
I know. Yes, I forgot
It's
to say
your
that
birthday. It's your birthday.
Whoop whoop. We were just celebrating your birthday. You weren't here though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you looking for?
A
cord.
Cord to plug that in. So entertain people.
So are you hobbying this evening, or are you just chit chatting? We're just chit
I
chatting.
am just chit chatting.
Fabulous. Yeah, I intended to start building my Malifaux stuff, but then when I walked in the room and I remembered we had the Alamo on the table, it was like, well, maybe that's not going to happen today. So,
the podcast gods have decided.
Correct.
Yep.
Roll to one. It is what it is.
Yep. If I was hobbying tonight, I would be. I have to get my airbrush going. I mean,
yeah.
I have to. I have stuff to do. The airbrush.
Yeah.
But I do have to say.
Oh, nice shirt.
Nice shirt. You like the shirt?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody can see the one that I have. Can we see? Are you able to read it?
Oh, yours is probably not.
Is it backwards? Am I backwards?
You're always backwards.
Whatever. Yeah, that's a nice shirt, Chris.
Thank you.
Yes.
Plug that in.
Yeah.
I just had it delivered like a week ago, and it's great.
People made it.
I really like how the design of the Viking skull came out. So unplug that. Plug that in.
So I have to ask, now that I have received some of your gifts, how do you like your flower pot?
What flower pot?
I didn't get a flower pot.
What?
There was no flower pot.
Marty was given a flower pot to bring to you guys.
Didn't see one.
Is it on?
Oh, is it? Now it is. I
Okay.
think. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
We'll have to get that another time. It was funny because I was thinking, I thought you said that was coming with.
It was.
It was not in the box.
No, sir.
And when you guys come up in October, it's got more stuff for you to grab.
Okay.
What are we doing in October?
Aren't you guys going up to something con?
Dragonfall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sounds like that.
Provided I may or may not. It'll depend on the timing, but God's willing, I will. The only problem is I'm on survey watch with my hospitals, and so I have to pack a little go bag for myself. And if they show up that week, I will have to fly down to Florida. So
Okay.
we shall see.
I was supposed to be going to Autumn Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot. My mom is having surgery on Thursday,
Oh, okay.
so I will be busy that weekend.
Gotcha. Oh, is it sealed?
Yep. I don't have a knife.
The way is closed.
The way is-
You don't have a knife on you?
No.
No. I don't know what happened to it.
Ruh-roh.
Hold that, please.
You don't have nails? Teeth?
No.
If your hobby room, X-Acto knife?
Yeah.
That's what he's going for. Scissors. They're good scissors. No wonder I couldn't find the good scissors. Da, da, da. I don't know. I hope I like this. This board is very boring.
Hence why we're going to 3D print us a tomb.
Okay, that will be cool.
Yep.
I'll give you that.
All right, here we go. So,
3D print you a what?
Tomb.
Balin's tomb.
I know that sounded
Balin's
bad
tomb.
when he said it, but yeah, for the game.
Yep.
Qualifier.
3D printers aren't quite advanced enough to be able to print a tomb
Do you know
for
how
you.
big that 3D printer would
All
have
right.
to be?
It'd be a lot of pieces.
Yes, that's true.
Let's look at minis here. You got this?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're going to have to go to close cam.
Yep.
Where are you? Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Now what are you trying to do?
I'm going to front cam. See?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right.
Hold on, everybody. We have a cameo.
Hello. You're on the interweb. You're on the tube.
Everybody in the world can see
There's
you.
a million people watching you right now.
Happy
You're
birthday,
closest.
Bill.
Thank you.
Aw, that's nice. Yes,
He said
it's
thank
Bill's birthday.
you. He old as fuck.
Not as old as you.
The ring.
La ring. All right, here we go. Let me switch over to this one, and we'll bring this one up here. This one up here. Come on.
Maybe.
There we go. All right, so here's your first pieces. So most of them are one-piece plastic.
And they look pretty good,
Yep.
honestly.
I mean, there's a couple that need arms.
So this is a board game?
Yeah, it's a board game. So you have the Fellowship in blue.
Yeah,
I like
of course.
They have the sprues different colors.
Well, that's because people could play this without having to paint it.
Yep.
And then you have the Goblins
Yep.
in red. So literally all you'd have to glue is a couple arms. That's it. 1, 2,
These
3,
look
4.
really nice. Like Gimli's got nice detail on him.
I think they're made, I want to say they're made very similar.
Gandalf has nice detail.
And then,
on
of
him.
course, Cave Troll.
Ah. See,
So-
now the blue and the red was
Uh-huh.
great. The blue for the friendlies, red for the enemy.
Yep.
Right. So, yeah, the Cave Trolls can get the royal treatment.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah, because
cook.
he's
Expect on
definitely
yourself in the
he's definitely
well.
not neutral.
Right. All right. And then we have
Oh.
art with the assembly instructions on it. As you can see, very complicated. Whew, I don't know if I could do it. And then,
Nice.
of course, there's got to be special dice.
Also colored according to
Yes.
the screws.
Because you have red dice, you have blue dice, and you have gray dice. Die. And then,
Bases.
traditional GW bases. And
Character cards.
I'm assuming some of these are. We're going to open these up. Just take a quick look at them. I'm assuming these are your stat cards that you use.
I'm surprised they packed the board. Oh, are these? I just realized maybe it's not a foldy board. Are these separate?
Yep. So here's Frodo.
Who with those scissors?
It's hard to see with the iPad in there.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Scissors.
Skizzers? I don't know what to do with the skizzers.
Behind the...
Oh, they're right here. Right here.
Hey.
I'm old. I'm insane.
Make me put you in a home.
There's goblin cards, that goblin ambush, goblin reinforcements. So they're like what happens, drums in the deep, the goblin player places. So in the game, the goblins can come through the well. Full took. Throw yourself in next time. Moria, goblin with both minds of Moria.
I'm just surprised.
It's a what?
It's a foldy board.
The foldy board?
I was like, I'm just surprised it was in plastic, since it was in a box that was wrapped in plastic. And it is the world's most boring board. Yes, we need to build a dungeon.
Tomb.
Tomb.
So there's the board. So it tells you exactly where to set the dudes up. So you got Boromir, Legolas, Aragorn, Gandalf, Pippin, Merry, Sam, and Frodo. And then the red zones is where the bad guys can come in at any time. So.
Okay, I'm kind of excited about this.
Now she's excited about it. And I think I just broke it. I did. Okay. So there's that.
Instructions and some tokens. Very, very small amount of tokens.
Just one token. And the rule book. So basically, you have to survive. You have to kill so many goblins and not let your ring bearer die. Pretty much is the game.
I like it.
So, winning the game. The fellowship player wins if at the end of the 12th turn there are 3 or more members. Why is he out?
What happened?
I don't know. Oh, hey, Jim's in. James? I see James' name. Sir James?
Chris, are you back?
I am.
Okay.
Oh, Jim's out.
Oh.
Jim was in, but Jim was out. Sorry, Jim. It doesn't let us know if somebody joins in. It's kind of a flaw in this thing. So if I missed you, I apologize. Just hop back in. I'll get you in there if you want to come back in. But oh, there he is. Coming back, Jim. All right. OJ's in the house. What?
Well,
OJ?
Let me go get some vodka.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim. Maybe.
So it looks like a beer and pretzels game. Really?
I really am impressed with the models, though.
Yeah.
I think they look really good.
So there's another game to play. Oh, they just came out with 2 other games. Very similar to this. I can't remember what they're called, though. They're literally just released. If anybody out there.
Also Lord of the Rings? Or
yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A Hobbit one. And hold on a minute. I find it. There's Jim.
All right, how you doing?
All right.
I hear you.
I'm trying to get my camera to show, but it's not. It's on my end. Don't change anything on your end.
Okay. All right, Warhammer. Bring the heavy hitters. That's all Warhammer Fantasy and that silly game called Age of Sigmar.
Hey.
It's a silly game.
Why? Because Marty is in charge of an army of rats.
No, just because it's silly. It's not. Classic fantasy. Where's
Don't
my?
be picking fight.
I know. Don't pick the fight. Don't pick the fight.
Today, he can pick the fight.
That's true. That's true. Jim, what have you been up to?
Quite a bit. Right now, I'm just trying to get my camera to work.
All right. The 2 new games coming out is one is The Hobbit,
Hey.
Hunt for the Arkenstone, and the second one is Quest to Mount Doom.
Okay.
Nice.
So the boards look very similar. It's like past his certain zones or whatever. So, and then a Balrog.
That sounds cool.
I want a Balrog.
All right, so my camera should be working now. Are you guys seeing my little workstation?
Yes, sir. We
Yep.
see your
Yep,
we
we
see
see
your
it.
armor.
All right.
Nice armor.
Yeah, 1970s West German,
Okay.
old school Bundeswehr, like Leopard 1s, not even the new stuff, like Leopard 1s, not even Martyrs. The Fuchs 6x6 APCs. What I'm probably going to do with these guys is put them in Ukrainian markings for more modern, more contemporary scenarios.
Cool. You can put your Do you want table space so you can do your mallet?
No, that's okay.
I was gonna tear this part anyway. So.
That's all right.
You want to do your mallet?
No, that's okay.
Chicken.
Hey,
So they're primed, they're base coated. I got my base colors on there. I'm halfway through the dark wash. They have to be pin washed because Vallejo. So that's going to be a fun 4 or 5 hours.
Well, I bet.
Hey, Bill.
Yo.
Earlier, you guys were talking about the spacer tiles warped a little bit. Those are standard size that you can replace from. I want to call them sriracha. It's not sriracha. It's
Sarissa.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, it's not the sauce. It's not the sauce. It's the other people.
Yeah. All right. Let me.
I think I misunderstood the assignment. I didn't know we were supposed to log in for this. I thought you were just going to hobby stream today, but no worries. So I was actually on the road, halfway through a run. Well, not really a run, a walk. When you guys came online.
Yeah. I wasn't going to be joining until I heard him say, "Hey, if anybody from the team wants to join in."
Oh, cool. All right, so I'm not the only one then. Cool.
Now, Bill, if you do move Jim up and move you and Dawn down, we could see. Well, you know what? We can see Dawn fine. We don't want to see you.
Yeah, I got extra space on both sides, so yeah, even better.
We lost your mic. Somehow you guys are channeling Marty with the technical issues.
They were just fine. So it's not when I joined because we were fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd take the blame.
So, Jim, you and I could sit there and watch, and we can lip sync what they're saying. Dawn's laughing.
Oh, I'm.
Bill's like, I am so old. I can't believe I did this. That's love right there.
I'm just pin washing these.
All right. Can you hear us now?
There we go. Yep.
I don't know what this whole thing is. Just being stupid. Just being stupid. All right.
Silly.
Silly. Said.
What were you looking for over there? We didn't finish your sentence.
Dark deeds, man. Ooh, there it is. So we just received our brand new copy of Dark Deeds. So there will definitely be a stream of that. And to answer Jen's, Mr. Science Theater, you know what? I've been thinking about that. I'll hit on that in a second. But to answer Jen's question, oh no, we lost the Wimmer. Anyway, to answer Jen's question, no, Friday night wrap up is not turned into Saturday night chat. That should be coming out next Friday. First episode.
Hopefully.
Yep, it will. I shall make it happen. So yes, glitches in a live stream, never heard of before, right, Jen? So yeah, Jim is just a paint machine, and here we are in front of an MDF Alamo. I don't know if you caught that part, Jim, but Damon, welcome. It's silly o'clock.
Damon,
and I'm not playing Panzer Leader.
Damon, what the hell are you doing up, Damon? It's 9:00 here, right? Almost. Yeah. So it's good God, 2 a.m. over there.
Chris, if you go out again, I don't know if we'll be able to let you back in.
Okay, something keeps dropping.
It's you, not me.
Why no? The interwebs.
Yeah. Well, Damon, welcome. But for you guys not familiar with Dark Deeds, it is a card game, but you don't play it like a deck of cards. You play as citizens of a town, and you try to outsneak the other players, and win to the advantage. So great game. We had the original copy from years ago when Games and Gears put it out, and now it was published by Modifius of all people. So,
and it was good timing too, because on the first trip down to Florida, when we tried to bring the game with us, things shifted en route. And obviously the game came like in a small square box. It was not a big, it was very compact. And that box got jammed under a slide as we were opening in the RV, and we didn't catch it when it happened, and it ate the lid to the box. So we only have the bottom of the box.
Right.
So, but I am thankful that we still have it though, because I like the mat that we had from the original version. The new version has a board.
Yeah.
But I like the mouse pad mat.
Yeah.
With it, so we can still use it. It's not the same as the board that they used to have to play it on, because that was awesome and really set the scene. Dave Taylor painted that up for them, and it was sweet. It looked really good.
I wonder where that's at.
Damon, sounds like Damon just finished a pretty big game of, was that Borodino that you had on Discord, Damon? Given the date for some Napoleonic action. We got to set something up for Market Garden next week.
Woohoo! You know it. Yep. Well, why don't you do... I'm going to grab some up here. Just going around the corner.
Okay.
He sure groans a lot when he's standing up.
True.
I remember when I turned 29. It was just last year.
So we'll give these doohickeys a try. All right.
Chris, how's your D&D campaign been going?
It's going good. One of our campaigns, we spent the time and migrated our players up to the 2024, and occasionally there's a rule that we don't like, but for the most part, everybody's excited.
That's good.
About it. Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm probably doing something wrong on D&D Beyond, because I took a copy of my character and just tried to make changes, and you couldn't really make the changes to 2024. So I ended up blowing away the copy and doing a rebuild and trying to get them back to the same spot. It's close, not
Yeah.
perfect.
So what's D&D Beyond? Is that an online?
D&D Beyond is Wizards of the Coast. It's a way for you to. It'll help you make a character.
Oh,
It is
okay.
it is from D&D themselves.
Got
You
it.
have access to the some of the books. Some of the books are free and all that. And if you buy something from them, physical and digital, the digital you have access to inside of the D&D Beyond. So you can actually choose your stuff, and you can actually have your whole character sheet on your iPad, tablet, whatever, and you can even roll on it. And they've got a new beta coming out. I forgot the name of it, but they are they have maps and they have encounters, and so you can do. They're almost. It looks like they're almost doing a D20 thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
We talked to Joe tonight, but honestly, I totally forgot to ask him about D&D. Did you say anything?
No, I
about
forgot
D&D?
about it as well.
We were talking about Magic, go figure. But
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I would really like us to try to film some games.
Film some games of
Yeah.
what?
Anything. I mean, honestly, I kind of miss doing that. I know it's a ton of. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a pre-recorded thing that you need to do.
Yeah, pre-recorded's better
amount of
than live when it comes to that.
Yeah, but
Because otherwise it takes too long.
yeah,
And you lose
yeah,
people.
that's true. I guess depending on what kind of game
Yeah.
we pick, if we pick things that aren't
Forever and a
meant
day.
to be hours and hours.
Yeah.
So Don, I want to go back to something you said earlier, and I was actually not live at that point, so I couldn't have questioned you. But did you say that you guys need to build a dungeon?
No, I did, but I said that in reference to the Lord of the Rings game.
Oh,
yeah.
Nah, any other?
And he said not a dungeon, a tomb. And so it wasn't D&D.
I wasn't thinking D&D.
I didn't mean it for that either. Which would make it even weirder if that's what it was. So
yeah. Especially talking about it live.
For the board game. Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
He's ready to be primed.
Lieutenant Winters?
Yep. He's filing things look pretty good.
Yeah.
So Jim, what are you thinking about next weekend for A Bridge Too Far? The Battle of Arnhem. Magic Garden. Oh my God,
Magic Garden.
Thanks a lot.
Wow, that's online. That's gonna be a supercut clip.
Thanks a lot, Dawn.
Why, she almost spit on the camera.
I was gonna say, speaking of warping the MDF train some more, yeah.
Yep. All right, let me shut.
Well, it was kind of last minute, so I don't know if I'm doing anything.
Well, if not, I can run a game of close combat, the Arnhem scenario next week. Or
okay, yeah, that would be good. Because I mean, if I was going to do anything, if I could get some players, like I just mentioned it because Damon was on, and he mentioned Banjo Leader. It would not be pre-recorded. We would just do it live.
Gotcha.
So even though it's super, it's kind of a big involved game, we'd probably do like the first 2 hours offline. Everybody set up and stuff like that. That's if I could get players. I thought off the top of my head.
Well,
some of 30th Corps heading up through 30th Corps heading up through one of the towns, either Eindhoven or Nijmegen, something like that.
Sure. Well, I mean, if you want to do a live game, I will be happy to play somebody. If you have other players, so otherwise I can run the close combat Arnhem scenario. It really doesn't matter to me.
It sounds like it would be easier.
Okay.
So I haven't even asked anybody. It just kind of popped in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Damon.
I was like, damn it, it's what's Damon up to? Oh, there you go. Magic herbs and mushrooms for their special dungeon.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, regarding where are you? Where am I? I'm right here.
I just didn't realize that the anniversary was that close.
I forgot to.
Kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah, it happens. Life gets in the way. Trust me. I knows. For Captain Winters here, was he captain at this point, or was he still lieutenant? I think it was. Was he captain or lieutenant?
No?
I can't remember.
Wait till
He
you
was
pay him.
He was acting captain, that's for sure.
Yeah. But I could go online and get Vallejo's U.S. Army uniform colors in a pack, but I really want to try just color matching. Like, getting out saying, okay, for this color olive drab, you need so much of brown, you need so much yellow, you need so much green, blue, red, whatever, and mix it and see if I can come up with the close color. I'll probably get frustrated and say, just fucking buy the uniforms, paints. But I'm trying to stick to 2 brands mostly.
Yeah. The problem with mixing it like you're talking about is that if you don't get everything done in each phase, are you going to be able to reproduce it when you need to come back to it?
Well, if it's based on a Pantone formula, then it's just redoing it. But I don't know. We'll see.
That's why I save my paint in my poor man's sweat palette here.
Uh-huh.
Like when I was doing that U.S. infantry.
Yeah.
You put your palette in here, you zip it up in a Ziploc bag with a wet piece of paper towel. It'll keep this paint wet for months.
There you
Literally
go.
months. Yeah, because there's no way I did those 28 mil U.S. infantry all in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
you
the better.
didn't? Really?
That was the better part of like 2 weeks.
It's amazing what happens on the internet. I swear to God, you have
Yep.
that done in like 30 minutes.
Yep. He just started it.
All of a sudden, it's there. I'm like, wow, that was quick.
I got more on the way, but Warlord kind of screwed up my order.
Uh-oh.
I'm waiting on my new starter set. It's supposed to come out this month for the
cool.
3rd edition rules, so we can throw that on the table because I know there's a few guys that follow us that really like bolt action, so I figure we'll do some bolt action love.
I got the DA, the Deutsches Africa Corps guys that I got at the bolt action boot camp way back when.
Yeah.
And I painted them up, and now I got these Americans as a Christmas gift because I don't usually do 28 mil. But now I've just got 30 infantrymen. My Germans, I've got MG crews, mortars, anti-tank guns, some light vehicles. So I had to buy some stuff just so I could put my Americans up against my Germans.
There you go.
Yeah.
In Tunisia somewhere.
Very cool. This set coming out is the Battle of the Bulge, Stone area.
I'll have to see if I can continue my track
Oh,
record.
hush up. Whatever.
Well, talk about it.
By the way, I wanted to get credit, Jim, when I sat with Bill and we got the instructions all out and put the Alamo back together. I said I would like credit for doing something historical again.
Right?
There you go.
I participated.
And speaking of bolt action, Dennis has joined us. Hey, Dennis. We're just talking about 3rd edition coming out and doing some content with bolt action. Jim has already completed the whole 3rd Army or whatever, 1-to-1 scale. So
I got 30 guys, not even a full platoon. I had to buy more guys to complete the force. Just a half track, a Jeep, a Browning team, and a 81 millimeter mortar team.
Yeah. Is it possible?
Yeah, and a flight of A-10s.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, there.
Sidi Bouzid and Kesselring Pass might have turned out a little bit better if we had a couple of A-10s on.
Right. And just want to send out some positive thoughts to Paul Sawyer from Warlord. If you don't know who he is, he's one of the founding members. I actually interviewed him at Adepticon a few years back.
I was thinking about that.
He's very ill, so we're sending positive thoughts across the pond to him. So I don't know if he'll watch us, but if some of y'all communicate with him, let him know we're thinking of him. And so yeah. So yep. Just quick hobby stream. Just casually chatting. Looking at ideas, and I'm looking over at our pile of shame. I'm going to bring up the pile of shame.
Hey, it's a much nicer.
It's very well organized pile of
I
shame.
know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now you're going to take a picture of that, and you got that Home Depot box.
Oh no, you can move that.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Okay. Be right back.
Be right back, and we're going to show you a quick video of this. Stand by. Standing by.
Walk in front of the camera.
Walk in front of the camera. It's a blackout.
Ah! Alien invasion.
Okay. There it is. That's our pile of shame. Well, not all of it,
I
but
was going to say, not all of it.
Blood and Plunder needs to be finished. Star Wars Shatterpoint needs to be finished. Clash of Steel needs to be finished. Leviathan needs to be finished. Lord of the Rings. Pelennor Fields. Battle of Gilead is down there.
I would like to say that all of my board games are together.
Legion Imperialis. Warhammer Fantasy or Old World. Some other stuff. So there's that.
Not lack of things to do, for sure.
Is that your phone ring?
Yes, it's Uncle Roger. Probably calling to wish you happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Roger. All right, I'm killing this stream. Bye-bye now. Did we lose Chris again?
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, Chris. I don't know, man. All right, he's out.
Back in?
Should we let him back in? Raise your hands. All right, fine.
I vote yes.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna be much of a conversationalist today.
If it drops it again, just leave it out. But
IT guy, what's going on down there or up there?
hey, I can't control the interwebs between us.
Mm.
Everything is working fine in the house.
Should.
Yeah, you were talking about a friend of yours that's very sick.
Yeah.
I unfortunately just looked up someone that we met at Adepticon, a great lady, and she lost her battle to cancer.
Oh.
Michelle Farnsworth, she taught Marty and I a few classes. Exceptional, just incredible. So she lost her battle October 5th.
Yeah. I don't want to answer. Karen.
Well, it's been a couple rough years for people in the industry.
Yeah.
It was both of them. They're probably together because that's very odd.
Uh-huh.
Crazy.
Anyway, so yeah, we got a pile of stuff. Got BattleTech over there.
Oh, man.
So I guess you know what else we need to start doing is we need to start making a list of.
We got to get the wheel
we
together.
want to do that too, but when Gaz is here.
Oh yeah.
Because Gaz is coming over around Thanksgiving time, and he'll be with us a week. So we for sure will be playing some games.
And since he doesn't sleep, he needs something to paint.
I know, right? Yeah. We'll pick the thing.
So Don, you're going to be pushing your stuff up front?
100%, yes.
So thankfully, the hobby/game room is literally right next door to his bedroom, so it's a short walk. I'll just put a kettle up here. He'll never have to leave.
Right?
So yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit of everything going on. All good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Chris, what are you else up? Are you building anything, printing anything?
Yeah, I've been printing something that's going to be in one of the upcoming Holy Havoc or Holy Wars.
Yeah.
Yep, I'd show you, but it is not my place to expose the secrets of the inner workings of the team. but it's pretty damn epic.
Cool.
So it was 10, maybe 25 pieces. I did them all in resin because I wanted them to look good. Well, I did most of them in resin.
Yeah. Cool.
And it's going to look incredible because I'm not painting them.
Yeah. Cool.
My current project I'm working on is Dragonborn Monk. And then next one is a nice little dwarf
Well, that's cool.
fighter.
That's very cool. Oh, did Marty tell us? Did you print that Dragonborn monk in 2 sizes?
Yeah.
2. That's cool.
Because when you're sitting at a table and people come and go, every week sometimes you have a new person, and then you have to spend the time on, okay, this is what I am, this is what I look like. I don't do that. I go,
Here's me. Yeah.
here's me.
Yeah.
I look like that.
That works.
So yeah, my Dragonborn Monk. Is I airbrushed them in Turbo Dork.
Nice. Very cool.
Pretty epic.
What scale are both of those? Which
75 and
Nice.
32,
That's
28,
very-
whatever.
I like it.
Yep.
What's Dennis saying?
Well, Dennis, I've used the 3D printer once. We printed a whole bunch of minis for my grandson to take home back to Illinois for his D&D because he's getting into D&D. We were actually just talking about printing. I found an STL file for Balin's Tomb, so we can replace the board in the board game with that, so it's more visually appealing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found a whole website dedicated to epic scale Lord of the Rings. So we can do hundreds.
Yeah, that was a very dangerous video that we watched. I was like, oh, good.
Hundreds of Gondorians and Rohan and orcs and goblins. So we can do Helm's Deep for reals.
There you go. Now, Don, to be honest, you saw that video that he was just talking about, and you're like, oh, and you're just thinking of the money that's going to be going out, right? But what videos do you normally watch at night?
There ain't gonna be no money going out because I'm printing it all myself.
But still, Disney.
Oh no, that's during the day. We watch like regular TV at night. But yes, we're not going to talk about my Disney addiction, okay?
Okay. At some point, heroin would be cheaper.
That's true. But not as good for you. So.
Yeah.
So I'm also I don't know if you guys have seen. Speaking of getting back to bolt action and World War II stuff, Epic. I think it's like 10 mil, Dennis. I think it's like around 10 mil.
You're just averaging that?
No, I think it's what it was. I'd have to look it up, but it's thereabouts. Who is it? Sarissa Precision now has pre-colored World War II terrain that's not stickers, so I'm not sure how it. We'll have to get our hands on some of that because I'm all about the quick and easy tables these days. So
didn't we see those? Wasn't Warlord showing
they
them?
may have had some, yeah.
Maybe.
Because they're basically MDF with a layer printed on
it. Yep.
And they're impressive.
Yep.
Especially for going toot toot toot. Done.
Yeah, done. Ready and go.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get those. Gee, if they only did that with this, that would have been nice. Oh well.
I guess what
what the nice thing is, it's the Alamo. It's desert-ish, so it's beiges and browns.
We don't have any Western stuff.
No, we don't.
Because I was thinking like with Malifaux and whatever.
Sarissa has a whole Western town stuff too.
Does Wolfun?
Yeah, they do.
So does I keep
Knuckle
wanting to call
Duster.
him Knuckle Dragger, but yeah, Knuckle
Yeah.
Duster.
Yeah. Well, and we wanted to pick up that game.
Yeah, we never got to pick that up.
Both of them, right? Because the Royale was kind of like the
Chibi.
I don't love the chibis though.
They were cute. They were cute.
They're fine. Chibi's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Rusty Beetle. Warzone does make pre-colored terrain as well.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. They do a lot of the Infinity terrain.
The Infinity stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shit, that's another game. Warcrow's out now.
We don't need Warcrow. Like you already have a bunch of fantasy stuff. Like we don't need to go down another rabbit hole.
You can almost have something printed, right? Just print it on paper to scale and just glue it on the MDF.
Truth.
Yeah.
Good.
Wait, don't. If you only knew somebody with a sublimation printer.
I know, right? It's true.
Actually, you can get spray to put on like MDF to coat it and then print on it using sublimation.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't like that's not a moisture.
Nope.
Done. Sounds like another investment.
No. We're good.
It's not really an investment. I mean, the spray or paint is very inexpensive, and it's just a manual process. And then you just use the regular stuff you already have for sublimation printing. So it's just a matter of finding the designs and getting the right dimensions, and bada bing, bada boom. You print it up, lay it out on the sheets, and press it. Yeah, see, Dennis, I really wanted to grab that stuff. I might be able to still get some, actually. I know a guy over there at the Foreground, or what used to be Foreground. He might have a stockpile somewhere. I bet if I asked him.
You should.
I should ask the Big Ben. You all right there, Jim?
Yeah, I'm just 9 down and 5 to go.
Are you going cross-eyed yet?
I've been cross-eyed for a couple days. Just getting the tricolor camouflage on here took 3 days. And I've been doing dark wash all day, and I'm only not even really 2/3 through. I'll be at this till like 1 in the morning.
You are a very dedicated man to your details, sir.
Well, it's a visual medium, so.
It's true.
Yeah, Dennis, I'm jealous that you got foreground. I love foreground buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And, they really were the pioneers of the MDF, the pre-colored stuff. And
I found their instructions really easy to use.
Yeah,
too.
and the mall was awesome. When we did the mall for the Walking Dead game, boot camp.
Yep. That was such a fun boot camp.
Mm-hmm. So.
Did you ever play that game, Chris?
No.
The Walking Dead one?
No.
It's a easy game to play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like those.
It's not overly complicated, so it's a fun game just to sit down and play.
We tried to adopt sit rep skirmish to Walking Dead once. It worked mechanically. It was just impossible because the zombies always swarm you.
Yeah.
Isn't that how the TV show should end?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've created a game that's impossible to win, like even in solitaire. Because it's always going to be solitaire. Who the hell wants to play the zombies?
Sounds like Pitfall.
Kind of. It was.
I don't know anybody who beat Pitfall.
Yeah, but here's the thing: whenever you watch the zombie movies or see the zombie games and stuff, it's all about leveraging, stronghold and something like that. And if you're just out in the open, you're going to get swamped.
Yeah.
You need the pillbox with the unlimited ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what I liked about that Walking Dead game, though, is that the noise mechanic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what drove the walkers. So that leads me to a funny story. So my friend Colin at Dish Dash Games, who wrote Skirmishangan, uh, he did a zombie version. It was Skirmish.
I know, I remember, but I don't remember what it's
I remember
called.
what it was called, but he actually had got contacted by whoever the home studio of Walking Dead is, and had to change the name of the zombies, what he called them, because it was too close. And he got a cease and desist letter, basically. So I thought it was just weird.
Hope we lose him again.
Yeah.
So odd. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
Yep.
So
The computer's been working all week and going, what? It's a Saturday night, dude.
What are you doing?
Right?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have time off too.
So yeah. So other than that, Halo's coming out. We should be getting Halo sometime this month, right? Halo game. If you guys have ever played Dead Zone, it's basically based mechanically off of Dead Zone. It's a fun game. It's very. There's no way to argue line of sight and stuff in Dead Zone. It's sector to sector type thing.
A miniature game?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got a huge Halo army. No creatures, none of the Covenant. I just have all the different.
From who had that before?
No, he got him. He did a video on him, and did he use it to invade North Pole?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 of the Warthogs, about 90 of the guys, and 3 platoons, green, red, and blue, basically.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it again. I thought that was very fun.
Yep.
They were like those. They're not Legos. They're like one of the other brands, Mega Blocks.
Mega Blocks, yeah.
Yeah. So I started collecting them, and they're fun. And when you have to paint them, obviously.
Yeah.
And I made my own bases for them. But it was a fun, couple months. I ended up with a freaking pretty big force. I have to fight them against each other though, because I never wound up with any of the covenants. I don't have any arbiters. I don't have any brutes.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of been the complaint with the new Halo game coming out, is it's pretty much Spartan against Spartan initially, but we saw minis for the Covenant, so they are coming. It's just people got to remember that's a licensed product, so whatever Microsoft / whatever the studio that owns Halo says, that's what you get to produce.
Yeah.
So you're kind of at the mercy of the IP owners as what you can roll out at which time. So otherwise, I could see a huge. Oh, I got that coming too. The other Mantic Epic Army stuff. Warpath, an Epic version.
Oh, that's right. So I have my Tales from Red Dragon in.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like we're back to being addicted to Kickstarter again.
Yep, I just backed something the other day.
Yeah.
One of the Beetle and Grimm's modules.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it.
That's
I don't know how good of detail that's coming out.
Let me see, Jim. I gotta enlarge the screen here. Oh, yeah.
I can't see any detail. It still looks better than my stuff.
Hold on a minute, Jim. I'll put you as the focus. All right. Now you should be golden. There we go. Yep.
Get that at the right distance.
Yep.
Yeah, so this guy's got a shotgun. I got the rifles, the Covenant weapons, all kinds of stuff. I got a little sniper guy here. Again, I had to make all my own bases.
Mm-hmm.
We got a long range. Got a couple snipers. Even wound up with a little Cortana figure. So you have your little AI helping you out.
Cool. That's funny. And those were like Mega Blocks or something?
Yeah, they're big. They're like 1 to 48 scale.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, they'd be
Yeah.
bigger than that. They're like 1:36 scale. They're like Army Man scale. They're like 2 inches tall apiece.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
these
I
are
don't remember
nice.
seeing anything like that.
What? Yeah.
They came in these little. They're 2 inches. They're 2 inches up. So they're pretty big.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And some of them were
Worked out
fine,
perfect for storming the North Pole.
but most of them, most of them had needed at least a little bit of paint.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. So what are you painting these Germans for? You're doing the Rhine, right?
Well, they're originally, I don't know what they're from. I bought them off of Mark at the club. Like the whole thing for like $40. These guys plus the platoon of infantry. I think they're Battlefront, but I can't be sure. They're 1970s Germans, so they're not like Leopard 2s, Martyrs, stuff like that. They're Leopard 1s. I got Leopard 1 guys from the late 60s, early 70s, the older stuff.
Yeah.
One of the, oh God, what do you call these? They're not YCRs. They're the Dutch APCs. I can't remember. It's Y something.
You know, you can make it up and nobody would know any different.
Some people would. YPR 765s. The Hot and the Milan launch for tank destroyers. The Weasel scout vehicles with the 20. I think it's a 20 or 30 millimeter APC autocannon, and then again the Fuchs 6x6.
Nice.
So I got 14 guys in all, or 14 vehicles in all, platoon of about 50 infantry. I haven't put any markings on them yet. I think I'm just gonna put them in Ukrainian markings. Because I'm never going to do, fold a gap, but what if it happened in the 70s? I mean, whatever. I don't do fold a gap as it is. Nothing against Team Yankee. Nothing against 7 Days to the River Rhine. I like the system. I like the miniatures. I just use it for, actual historical scenarios.
Yeah.
So, these tanks never saw action, really.
Gotcha.
Although Canada used them. I mean, a lot of people use these, like the Leopard 1s. That was, one of the big contemporaries, I guess, like the M48 or the M60 in our arsenals, is when the Germans were using these, the Leopard 1s. And then when we came out with the Leopard, when we came out with the M1 Abrams, they came out with the Leopard 2. So Chieftain, M60, Leopard 1 is kind of that generation. So I'll probably use them in Ukraine. I'll just put some white crosses on them, some yellow and blue on the fenders, and just use them as Ukrainians.
There you go. Awesome.
Because they got a lot of this stuff. This old second tier stuff that NATO doesn't really use anymore. We've been sending a lot of that over there.
Well, I mean, if it's working for them, I mean, I know it's not that most ideal, but.
Well, when you're up against T-55s, does it really matter? I mean.
Yeah, right. I mean, from what I understand, their newest tank did not do well at all when they released, I think, one or two of them over was that a T-90?
Well, they had a bunch of T-90s they finally sent in, and they didn't do very well, which I predicted. I mean, the T-90 is just a T-72 with a new coat of paint on it. The thing about Soviet tanks is that their line splits. So it doesn't go strictly by the numbers. So there's the T-55, obviously, then there's the T-62. Everyone knows about them. Then there's the T-64. And then the T-72 comes out later. The problem is the T-72 was a huge step backwards. The Soviets never meant to use the T-72 themselves. It's a mistake that it's in Team Yankee. It's a mistake that it's in the Team Yankee novel. The Soviets never really wanted to use the T-72. It was built strictly for their client states. Problem is the T-80 program, which is an offshoot of the T-64, never really happened. Anyway, long story short, as far as how the Ukraine war works, the factories were so huge, so centralized, that it became a bit of a problem. When the Soviet Union fell in 91, Kharkov was where all the T-80 and the T-64 factories were. Yeah. So that all wound up in Ukraine. The Soviets were left holding the bag with the T-72, and they had to sort of take the next step. They wanted to build a new version of the T-80, which would have been like the T-91 Black Eagle. There was a bunch of different versions of it, but they wound up having to basically just build the T-90, which was an upgrade of the T-72. Which an upgrade of a piece of shit is still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But the Ukrainian T-64s, even though they're older, are actually better. Is the long story.
There you go.
And they've never sent any T14s in there. I also knew that was going to happen. They haven't even bothered sending them in yet because they know they're going to be terrible.
Okay, so what is Faster Purple Worm Everybody Dies Volume 1, the Beetle and Grim current Kickstarter? I don't know what.
That's
Beetle,
what I was talking.
What is Beetle and Grim?
Hello?
You there? Chris? Are you froze?
I think so.
Chris froze on us? Oh, my Lord. Chris?
That's so weird.
There he is. Chris?
Hello.
That was so weird.
You
It is
froze.
so
What is
annoying.
Beetle and Grim?
Beetle and Grim, they make campaigns for D&D and other games as well, I believe. But they make they'll take a campaign that maybe somebody else already put out, Curse of Strahd or something like that, and they give you all the stuff you need to be a DM with all the maps and all the other things that you can pass out. It's got little props and stuff.
They're also the ones that produce the little specialty tins,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That are full of like little meeples and counters. Yep. And yes, okay.
Yes,
I was like,
because I know you're a fan.
I know what that is, but it was,
yeah, because I'm like, just ask Dawn. She follows. She likes them on Facebook.
Yep, I'm tracking you now.
But yeah, the Faster Purple Worm Everybody Dies is supposed to be a bunch of one shots with a whole set of interesting and creative ways of dying.
Interesting.
Okay.
So it's ways to be killing off your players.
Okay. Well, guys, it's my birthday. I'm starving. Dawn and I are going to click out to go eat something.
All right. Hey, you're a senior now?
Shut up. I am not a senior. You can go take a long walk off a short pier.
Actually, technically, some places you are. You just have to ask for the discount.
Shut up.
Oh boy.
Just remember, you will always be older than me.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Jim, thank you very much. Keep up the great work, man.
Yeah, doing well.
Thanks.
Yeah. If you decide you want to do something for next week, I'm happy to join. If not, I will just plan on doing some close combat or something to celebrate Arnhem.
Yeah, why don't we just go with that? Because I haven't even asked anybody yet, so
that's fine. Not a problem.
All right,
maybe
I appreciate
I'll get Dawn to play Bridge Too Far with me.
It's got Michael Caine in it, Dawn. Come on, Michael Caine.
Right? That's true.
It's got Gene Hackman. It's got Sean.
It's got all the. It's got all, everybody except John Wayne.
It's got that's fine. It's got Robert Redford in it, man. Come on, Robert Redford back in the day.
Jim, are you okay there, bud? You need a moment?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to be nice here.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Well, you take care. Hey, Don, look after him as you're coming out of the restaurant. You don't want him to fall and break a hip or anything.
Oh, boy.
Chris?
I love you, buddy.
Peace out, brother.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.